Meghan Markle makes her own book. That's right. We're talking about a bunch of random stuff this morning, including the fact that Bill Gates and his wife got a divorce because they could not figure out certain viruses. Meghan Markle is accused of plagiarizing her own book, and it's a national day of everything. This, my friends, is the Morning Laugh.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Morning Laugh. Today is post Cinco de Mayo, so it's May the 5th. That's not a thing. We'll talk about that and a whole lot more. Joining me this morning, we have the irrepressible Mike James. Mike, good morning.
Good morning. I'm glad I'm not going to be repressed.
We also have joining us the one and the only Josh Novey of the Chicago Novies. Am I wrong?
The unresponsible Josh Novey.
Unresponsible. And the reasonable Chris Wineland. Chris, good morning.
Hey, I'm glad I'm reasonable. Ah!
I like Chris started the show by doing his vocal warm-ups for us. Meghan Markle. Meghan Markle.
Meghan Markle
makes a book.
Magic.
There's a lot going on. It's a weird day because, like you said, Chris, it is a day of everything for some reason. This week in particular is a lot. So Cinco de Mayo, did you guys do anything for Cinco de Mayo?
Yeah.
Cinco de Mayo is my son's birthday and my brother's birthday.
Yes.
And so the answer to your question is no. My brother doesn't live in the same state, and my son was busy that night.
Oh, okay. So postponed.
I celebrated Cinco de Mayo by picking my kid up from school.
That's nice. You do that once a year.
Yeah, the one time a year that I do that. So, it was a big day for all of us. He was like, "Who are you?" And I was like, "Oh, it's weird." So,
must be a traditional school.
He just kept running away from me. Stranger danger, stranger danger.
Chris, anything for Cinco?
Oh, for sure. I did the most Spanish thing a man could do, and I went to Taco Bell. That was it. And then,
authentic of you.
Wow. Yeah, thank you. Yeah,
I like that he did something Spanish, though.
Yeah. Okay, well, Mexican, I guess. We did the most Mexican thing.
Spanish.
Did you go to Bell de Taco?
Yeah, it was great. We didn't do Bell Taco or Del Taco or whatever it was called. Not a fan. We're not a fan. So
really, you've never had the bacon double decker Del then, because it is delicious.
The also, number one,
we have crinkle fries.
It's the burgers at Del Taco that are good.
Well, here's the thing. We said to ourselves, if we're ever gonna do fake Mexican, then we're gonna go completely fake Mexican. Okay. Del Taco, they still have a few things that are real or legit. It's very small, but it's enough.
That's true. So. That's true. Taco or Del Taco just has a couple things that are still a little too authentically Mexican.
Yep.
I am a fan of Del Taco. Because sometimes when you're having a taco, you also want crinkle fries, and that is the most important part of the meal.
Yeah. I mean,
I love a quesadilla and some tots.
Yeah, I can't tell you how many times I've been down in Mexico, and people are like, "Hey, with your quesadilla, would you like crinkle fries?" And just being right down there in Mexico, in the heart of it, and I'm like, "Yes, where are my crinkle fries?"
Well, didn't potatoes didn't they originate in Peru? I believe potatoes came from Peru.
Right, and they had that big famine. You remember that?
It's true. The big
yeah,
that's right. Yeah. The crinkle fry famine.
I had my half Italian wife made Mexican food for dinner. It's very authentic. Very authentic.
What did she make, Brian?
She made
tacos.
She made big iCarly fan. She is, so that's what we do all the time. A little bit of both. No, she made chicken burritos.
Oh, chicken burritos.
Chicken burritos. iCarly. Yeah. So, but so Cinco de Mayo. Apparently, all of you very much into that. What about the day before that? May the 4th be with you. Star Wars nerds, you guys, or not? Did you celebrate that by dressing up, going to work, getting a lightsaber out? Anybody?
Well,
I watched some YouTube videos on the latest drama behind the scenes of the Star Wars production fiasco. That is, what's her name? I can't remember the name of the lady who's in charge of Star Wars production, or was until recently.
Yeah,
John
they fired
Favreau's
her.
taking it over now.
mhm.
Anyway, that's what I did for May the 4th.
That would I would be interested in watching that. I'm not a fan of Star Wars. It's not that I hate it or anything. Anytime I say
Frank,
that, it's like,
can you delete Chris off of the
yeah.
feed now?
That was true.
Anyway,
Yeah,
so,
anyways,
we,
so
No one can see me now. Appreciate it. You can still hear me on the podcast, man. I'm killing it. No one can silence this voice. I have a voice. I'm a millennial.
You're really not. I wouldn't say I'm like a avid fan. I mean, I like the Star Wars movies,
Yeah.
and they're fun to watch. But you don't like them, or you have something against them.
Well,
Are
no,
you an anti-Vader?
I don't hate them. I mean, I really enjoy 4, 5, and 6. Those are fantastic. They're classics. They're incredible.
The originals.
The originals.
Yeah. Okay.
But everything else, I'm very, what would you say? Apathetic would be the word. I don't care. I don't care about it. Anytime it comes out, I could care less about any of it. So it's like I tried to watch.
Have you seen all the other ones?
Yeah, I've seen
So
them all.
obviously, you care.
No,
yeah, you care enough to watch them. So
no, I just give into peer pressure. I joined everybody because they said, "Yeah, come to the movies." Is that all right? And I've fallen asleep on all of the newer movies. So I fell asleep on Han Solo, fell asleep in Rogue One, which I wish I didn't because everybody died. I would have loved that. And just fell asleep. So not a fan. I love Star Trek. I'll watch Star Trek all day
We're
long.
going to need to put spoiler alert on the beginning of on the title.
So,
It's been a couple years.
someone here they were like, "Well, all right, I don't have time on Tuesday, so it's Thursday we're celebrating with Rogue One." Well, let's go ahead and watch our favorite podcast on Facebook. Well, no.
So maybe you didn't drink enough coffee. That's why you fell asleep. Although you said you had 200 milligrams of coffee. I don't know how much coffee's in coffee.
Yeah, well, see, I didn't know that either. I had no idea how much coffee's in coffee. So apparently, just an average cup of coffee is about 60 milligrams, and 60 to like 70 milligrams. That's an average cup of coffee. Well, I have been drinking Nespresso. It's my new thing. Like as much as I want to buy 1 million K-cups, I now want to buy 1 million Nespresso pods, and it's fantastic. Every time I drink it, though, I realize, man, I'm really wired. What's because on average, one Nespresso cup of coffee is about 100 to 200 milligrams of caffeine.
And Chris is distracted again.
I am
Okay.
super
Listen,
distracted. I gotta walk out of here. Jonathan just came out, which is great, but he has like a huge stain on his shirt. So I gotta figure out what's happening, and he's giving me a weird look.
So Chris is going to the bathroom.
Yeah, I
Chris
gotta go to the
is in
bathroom. Guys. I'll be right back.
Well, do you guys have anything planned for Mother's Day? And let me ask you this. Obviously, you'll probably talk to your mothers if you can, Brian.
I will have a
But if they're still,
Wow.
still available to you. But for your wives, my question is: do you give your wives gifts for Mother's Day or not?
My wife is not my mother,
Right?
but I encourage the children to do it.
Okay.
No, I mean, obviously, my kids are actually of the age now where they have their own money and transportation, so
Right.
It is on them to do that. I usually will do something small for her because she is my mother. Who are we kidding?
What about you, Josh?
Yeah.
Do you guys do things for Mother's Day, Father's Day for each other, or just?
Obviously we're going to do something for Mother's Day, and probably not Father's Day because fathers aren't important. So I will. So there's definitely something happening. I can't say it because she likes to watch the show, but there is definitely something happening on Mother's Day. But also our kids, their kids are not old enough to go out by themselves and do anything. So it is sort of on me to make sure that something happens.
Got it.
How about you, Mike?
Yeah, Mike.
Well, for those of you who know my wife, Jenny, there's not a holiday that goes by that I'm not compelled to do something. So yeah, I usually do get her a gift or two and celebrate like her birthday pretty much.
Mm.
It's like another birthday.
Yeah, it's like another birthday.
I know what that's like because my birthday always falls on Father's Day. So instead of like, one gift, I get one gift. And so it's great. I never asked for anything.
It's good because on my birthday a lot of times I'm like, I wish I had like some sort of useless gift that I could like wear around my neck. And my kids are like, here's a rope. And I'm like, that's mean. First of all. So listen, hey, everyone out there watching right now, what is your favorite Mother's Day memory? Tell us something fun that happened on Mother's Day.
It's funny because I was just reading Dawn DeBach from where is she? Oh, she's in Buffalo, Missouri now. Anyway, she wrote that breakfast in bed is the big thing for her for Mother's Day.
Oh yeah,
it's usually husband orchestrated.
Mm-hmm. That's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
Mike has tried to do breakfast in bed for his wife. If you've seen his
set,
home
and I ate it, but
it's somewhat a fail win.
It is.
So
I don't know. How do you feel about breakfast in bed? I don't think that I would feel comfortable eating breakfast in bed, honestly.
I'm not a fan of breakfast in bed myself.
You have to have that, the tray, that little tiny tray.
Yeah.
Oddly enough, we used to have one in this house. I don't know why we even had one in the first place. Because
you probably got it for Mother's Day. You're like, oh, we're gonna make a real to do about this, and then all of a sudden you're like, well, I guess what's the point of this thing now?
Yeah, right. Ladies and gentlemen, Chris Wineland is back.
Yeah, did he wash your hands?
No, it's completely forgot.
That's something as a dad that I didn't think that I would have to say 1,000 times a day. That's just something that happens. To wash your hands. To wash your hands. To wash your hands. Go wash your hands.
That is actually very good. Well, now you can get away with it. It's like it's the cleanliness era of the world. So you're good.
The world has been cleaned. Yeah.
Yes. Sanitized.
I want to say, June says, my youngest son peed in the potty for the first time on Mother's Day. We was 17, which is weird that you and your son were both 17. I don't know how this
a little
works.
typo there, June.
Yeah, June's a great mom because June's a great mom because she stayed with it. She's stuck by his side, and great things can happen.
That's right. Are any of you guys still getting potty trained?
Well, we're still trying to teach a couple of kids how to aim.
Okay, that's good.
The aim will never be perfected,
including you, Josh.
Yeah.
Well,
do the box of Cheerios stint.
Well, there's somebody that could afford to get his wife anything for Mother's Day if he chose, but they're no longer together. Bill Gates is getting divorced, you guys.
Oh no!
What?
Way to find that little segue into a divorce.
Yeah, his marriage has crashed, but I'm bummed. Anyway, that's big news because I'll be honest with you guys, I don't really follow the royal couple that much. To find out they're getting divorced is quite a shock to me. They seem very happy together with their. They have the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. Are they going to rename that?
No, they'll probably keep
that's going to be awkward at the meetings.
Apparently, they're just going to drop the word Gates out of it. The Bill and Melinda Foundation will probably be smarter.
Maybe, or they'll change it to like the Bill Gates and Melinda Rodham Clinton.
I'm happy that Bill Gates and Jeff Bezos will finally be together.
They may change the foundation to its true name of the Bill Takes Over the World Foundation.
Well, Have you guys seen the pictures that have been saying that Melinda looks just like Kevin? Is it Kevin Costner? Is that who I'm thinking of? Kevin, the guy who was in In and Out, that movie.
Are you talking about the burger, the double
Klein.
animal style?
Kevin Klein. So have you guys
Kevin
seen
Klein.
pictures? Yeah.
No,
No. Oh my! You gotta look. We gotta find a way to get it on this show. I'm telling you
I'll
what.
put it on here in a second.
Type in Melinda Gates, Kevin Klein. There's like a whole bunch of pictures, and it's phenomenal. And I have never been convinced of any conspiracy like this before.
You know what makes me the saddest part about the Bill Gates divorce is that not once did they ever ask the paperclip for help. And
he was available.
He was available the whole time. It's like, hey, I'm springy. I'm ready to help.
Except now it's like, boop. Hey, it's Clippy. Looks like you're getting divorced. How can I help you?
Yeah. That's funny.
Oh man.
Well, we don't obviously wish divorce on anybody. But
No, of course not.
That's who saw that coming? Anybody? I didn't see that coming.
I don't
keep that much attention to the Gates.
There we go.
Yeah, they're very similar.
Their faces.
We're putting a picture up of Kevin Klein next to Melinda Gates, and it's eerily similar.
Hey, by the way, for the record, Mike, come on. You couldn't find a more flattering picture of Kevin Klein?
Yeah.
Yeah,
well, it's good to see. It's good to see, if anything, Kevin Klein back in the news.
So here's something interesting. Rhonda Corey, a friend of the show and a friend of all of ours, she's a fellow comedian. I think they hate when you say that. The women.
They hate that.
She's a comic, a stand-up comic like we are. Anyway, she is from Rhode Island, and she's staying she's here in Arizona. She's actually staying at my place, and I just realized she's up because she commented on our post this morning.
Yeah,
on our thing.
You're probably being too loud.
Have you considered starting the show later?
Mm-hmm.
Although
I have
normally 9:00 her time. So
yeah. At Rhonda Corey, she's a great friend of everyone on the show. We're super excited to have her. We're going to be doing shows at Stir Crazy this weekend. Well,
tonight,
tonight, and then on Sunday we have Mother's Day show. So we're super excited to be doing a show with Rhonda. She's my big sister. She's my big sister. Anyways, it's too early. We need to do an afternoon show. I'm tired.
What are we doing? Are we doing an intro for her right now? Is she coming on?
Yeah. No, she I just noticed that she had posted something at 6, and I thought, apparently she's awake.
Oh, well, we were all just talking. The way everybody's talking, I'm like, is she behind a curtain somewhere? It was awesome. She was great though.
And everybody
the whole time.
Meryl Streep.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, we should do that.
We're here this morning, and we just want to let everyone know that she wishes she could be. Meryl Streep really wanted to be on the show.
We should. Every episode, we should just keep talking up a celebrity as if they're in Brian's closet, but then we just never let them out.
Right behind door number 1, you're not going to believe who they are. Here she is, Sybil Shepherd.
I like how they're like celebrities nobody really cares that much about.
What do you think we're getting for the show, Mike? Ladies and gentlemen, Soupy Sales.
You might know from the show Murphy Brown. Give him a big round of applause.
Not Murphy Brown. Face forward, everybody.
That's a great.
So one day that door opens and somebody walks out. That would be great.
That would be great.
I don't remember if we were talking about it on the show or not, but we were talking about Candace Bergen, and for some reason, I thought she was in an old TV show that was very short-lived, and I could not figure out what the name of it was. Brian, you helped me actually the other day. It was called Operation Petticoat. Remember? I kept thinking it was Petticoat Junction, and I knew it wasn't that, but it sounded like that. And it was a show in the 70s about a pink submarine.
Well, it was based on a movie with Cary Grant.
Yep, you're right.
Mm-hmm.
They made a television show out of it. And
John Aston Gomez Adams was the star of it.
Who?
John Aston was the star.
Oh, that's right.
Gomez Adams.
Yeah, he was the captain of the ship.
And by the way, I believe Murphy Brown was not in that show, though. We discovered.
No, you're right. She wasn't. But I honestly thought when Murphy Brown came out, I thought, oh yeah, that's the girl from Operation Petticoat. But you're right. She wasn't. I don't know why I thought that was her on there.
It was a show about a pink sub. You guys should check it out at some point. But
let's talk about something that people will actually know who we're talking about. Hey guys, did you see that Will Smith shows off his dad bod? And he says that this is the worst shape I've ever been in my life.
Mm-hmm.
How bad is it?
I don't know. I thought
bad.
maybe we had a picture. There was a thing on it. All right. I guess no one wants to show a picture.
To be honest, it was the same.
I don't have
the
a
same
picture
body I had at 21.
Yeah.
Well, let me look, and if anybody else is interested in the world, you can just Google it.
He's a little pudged. He's a little pudged out. And this term dad bod, I've seen people that have dad bods that aren't dads. So it's just kind of ridiculous.
You want to see a dad bod.
In a heartbeat, if we ever use the term, oh, she's got a mom bod, we would all be murdered.
That's right.
By every woman in the world because you just don't. Why is it okay to bash on guys' bodies? Because I have a dad bod.
That's not bad. Come on, I just Googled it. Worst shape of his life. It's normal. It's better than me.
Now, did you also see though that Mark Wahlberg released a picture of his dad bod because he's getting ready for a movie and he packed on a bunch of weight and he looks very much like I looked in my 30s. This is how I relate to people. Where my body has screwed up.
Do you remember a couple of years ago that came out with the Mark Wahlberg his daily schedule, where he would get up at 2:30 or 3 o'clock in the morning, an hour of prayer, quick 7-hour workout.
Yeah,
quick 7-hour workout.
Yeah.
Who? This is Mark Wahlberg would do this?
Yeah. Basically, it's like whatever scripture I read, however many words there are, that's how many crunches I do.
What?
Every morning I wake up and go, Jesus wept, and that's it.
The shortest verse of the Bible.
Only read the 2 words.
Okay.
Hey, by the way, have you guys watched The Chosen?
No.
Is Mark Wahlberg in The Chosen?
No, it's from.
You just went from
Dad
Dad
Angel,
Bod
the
to God Bod.
same company that produces our dry bar shows.
Yes.
Yeah.
They put out. They wanted to put together this TV series or web series, basically, and they crowdfunded it and got like 10,000 times more money than they needed originally for it. But it's become very big. So if you go on and watch it, it's on the Peacock network thing now. I don't think it's broadcast on NBC, but on their online thing. Mm-hmm. And I think it's on Amazon or something, maybe. I don't know. But it's really good. It's the story of Jesus, but it's really, really well done. I will tell you this. If you do watch it, stick with it after the first 2 episodes, because the first 2 episodes are, for me at least, it was a little hard to understand and try to figure out where everything was. But then after you figure out, these are who all these people are, then it gets really, really good.
Yeah, okay. It's all the origin story. Is that it?
Yeah.
I gotta get past that.
And I don't want to tell you how it ends, but
so I only saw the first episode and I thought it was good. Everybody's saying that it's good. So I think you're right. I think I need to continue it. I have this weird pet peeve with Bible movies, and that is that usually we put too much American culture into it. And a lot of times you can see it with like marriage situations. And so they didn't really do it too much, but they showed like Peter and his wife. And there was like only a couple of situations where I was like, they probably wouldn't actually talk like that. But I've seen way worse movies.
You're right. Well, they do that. That's the one thing in this show that I kept thinking, I don't think a wife would have talked to her husband that way in this culture, but who knows? Maybe they did. I don't know.
And every time they do talk the way that I'm talking about, what's interesting is that they're doing it. It's just those two, so it very well could be a conversation,
right?
It was
private, they wouldn't have done that publicly. Yeah. The thing I really like about it is they really humanize Jesus in a way where usually he just kind of, the Jesus character in most of these movies is very deity like, and but here he's joking and laughing and they're teasing each other about stuff. It way more human.
Yeah, it seems cool. I will have to watch it. I only saw the first episode.
Keep watching.
I
It's
was actually up for a part in The Chosen. And then, I mean, obviously I didn't get it, because they're like, we're going to go in a different direction for Mary Magdalene. And I was like, okay, fine, whatever.
They said, listen, Josh, you can audition for anything else. You can't have
and I was
Mary
like,
Magdalene.
it has to be.
I hear Will Smith auditioned for The Boulder.
which ended up getting cast to The Rock.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that.
Mark Zuckerberg is not so proud of his body either. I guess this was before maybe this was before this last week, but I just saw this article where he put like a ton of sunscreen on his face, so it looked like he was wearing a white mask.
Yeah,
it looked ridiculous.
Well, he's actually Data from Star Trek: The Next Generation.
He looks just like Data. So he claims the reason he did that was because he realized, there's paparazzi wherever he was vacationing. Oh, there's paparazzi. I'm gonna disguise myself. And what better disguise than to draw attention to yourself as much as possible?
Better disguise as a robot people think you look like.
Yeah.
Actually, what better disguise than to be Mrs. Doubtfire in the scene where you're putting whipped cream on your face?
Cream on your face.
Hello.
That's what
You're right.
Yeah, Zuckerberg had a little picnic thing, and then the rest is history.
They were like, clearly,
And Harvey Firestein had to come over and fix them up afterwards.
He's a nanny.
Yeah, you know what? By the way, we were talking about big celebrity, whatever. I have to right here. Norm has told us that John Aston is my grandmother's cousin.
That would make him your third, depending on the side and how that worked. The third cousin once removed, I think.
No, twice removed.
I think what you fail to see is this is the first celebrity we've had on the show. So,
and
we like to call grasping for straws.
I don't want to name drop, but I am friends with Josh Novey.
Oh, wow. I don't want to name drop, but Josh Novey owes me a lot of money.
Guys, listen, I gotta share a brand new update. So I'm watching my kid go from his couch over to the trash, and the trash is out of sight, and he keeps going back and forth, and I'm just watching him. I'm trying not to get distracted because I'm on the show, and all of a sudden I see what he has in his hand. It's my wallet, and he has been throwing stuff from my wallet into the trash can. So if you don't have any kids, this is what you can look forward to. I actually love it. It's great. This kid is a prankster. He's less than 2 years old, and he's just constantly pranking. So I'm gonna have to clean that up later.
That's awesome. Everybody check your wallets now.
Yeah.
Wait, I don't have mine. I think your kid stole my wallet.
Yeah, it's in the trash if anybody needs anything.
He also based it, I'm sure Chris, he based it on, this is a pretty card.
Oh, yeah, he took the money. I had actual money in here, and it's gone. I had $100 bill too.
It's a pretty big wallet, by the way, Chris.
Thank you.
Yeah,
it's huge.
That's the George Costanza wallet right there.
Chris,
it is
the George Costanza wallet. Exactly. How's your back, Chris?
It's it's decent. Yeah, I know. I love that. I love that show. This is huge. Yeah, I've been meaning to lighten it up.
See that? It's a magical wallet.
What?
That's cool.
Yeah. But I realized yesterday I have one more card I have one more card to put in there, and it won't fit. It holds six cards. That's it.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
But that's all I carry with me because I never carry. You guys have cash with you ever anymore?
I have.
Yeah.
What, Brian?
Yeah.
You do?
I carry cash with me because a lot of times there's a person in need that needs a couple dollars to eat. Mike,
I find most of them
people take Venmo.
Yeah. I find most homeless people, if you can afford a blanket for it, you can afford Venmo.
Yeah. There's a homeless guy with a cell phone who's like, I can swipe that.
Please. Chris really needs to use the bathroom a lot.
Chris is just gonna. He's got another wallet. Apparently, went missing.
Yeah.
So Brian, we mentioned May the 4th, Cinco de Mayo, and we brushed over Asian Heritage Month, which you have a bit of Asian in you.
I have enough to celebrate Asian Heritage Month.
Yes. Brian's half Japanese, you guys.
I just so you know,
that means he can eat with one chopstick.
It used to be a week. Now it's a month. So things are going on for us. Things are happening. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So how do you celebrate Asian
Who knows
Heritage
if we could just
Month?
get Cinco de Mayo back? What's that?
Said how do you celebrate Asian Heritage Month in the Kohatsu residence?
They watch
on the
King
5th, we eat
Kong.
Mexican food. We watch Star Wars on the 4th. We eat Mexican food on the 5th.
They watch Mortal Kombat and Godzilla.
Yeah, all the classics, obviously. We use 2 chopsticks, Mike, during the month.
Wow.
And we try to
During the month,
we try to educate others.
I'll do.
Wait, did Josh update us on if he liked Mortal Kombat? Did you do that, Josh?
Oh, I did not update you.
Hold
Okay,
on a
so
second. I watched Mortal Kombat. I just want to hold on for 1 second because I was all excited to talk to Brian about Mortal Kombat, and he hadn't seen it. You've seen it now, right, Brian?
I have not.
Oh, I thought you were watching it yesterday. Okay, never mind. So anyway, Josh,
Scheduling around this house.
okay, here's my I thought it was awesome, first of all. Okay. Anyone that watches the Mortal Kombat movie and is like, man, this does not have the plot or character development and gets mad about that, you're wrong. So Mortal Kombat is not a movie for someone that wants to watch a film. This is not a film. Okay. This is a movie. This is you remember that movie a few years ago called Shoot 'Em Up, where Clive Owen just goes around shooting people up, the bad guys.
That one had a really long single camera shot, right?
Yeah,
I remember that. That was
yeah. So it's called Shoot 'Em Up, and people are like, "There's no character development in Shoot 'Em Up." I'm like, it's literally called Shoot 'Em. This one's called Mortal Kombat, and guess what? People died. They fought to the death. The title was correct.
I thought Dumb and Dumber was dumb. Hey, I watched it, and I don't think I saw the original Mortal Kombat movie way back when.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember the game. I probably played it once or twice, maybe, I don't know. But so it's not into that world. But I thought the movie was really fun to watch. I enjoyed the movie.
Yeah,
no, I was of the age. I was a perfect age. I was 12 or something, and when Mortal Kombat came out, 10 or 12. So it was a perfect age for me. I loved it when I was a kid. I thought that the movie stayed true to the storyline of people fighting to the death. So it's Chris looks like he found his driver's license.
Yeah, he just handed me my driver's license. I had to share with it in case anybody was interested on where my identity is at. It's now back with me. So thank you. I would agree with you, Josh. I only saw half of it, not because I didn't like it. I just had only seen half the movie because I got home super late after traveling and kind of went to sleep. But I thought it was really cool. It had that blockbuster feel to it. Great action sequences. It definitely seemed to stay true to Mortal Kombat, which is blood everywhere. And, just killing and superpowers. So I thought it was cool.
Yeah, I get upset when people watch dumb movies and then don't like them because they're dumb. I get upset about that. It's just like it is a stupid movie. This is supposed to be, and it needs to. Norm says that it was better than the 1995 version, which I will agree with that. Definitely, yep. I'll agree with that. However, this one, if you remember the 1995 version, Sonya Blade was played by the lady that was in Billy Madison. Veronica Vaughn. That's how I remember. I don't know what her name is. That Veronica Vaughn. was in the 1995 version. Anyways, so this is a very specific for my generation of this generation gap comedy thing we're doing. But
I finally finished watching Wonder Woman 1984.
Yeah, I want to know what you thought of it.
yeah.
Also,
Well,
June said
guys all
watching
seen
a
it.
dad struggle with a 2-year-old is the best Mother's Day gift we could give. So happy Mother's Day. It's pretty awesome.
It's funny because I was warned about the movie not being good, and to me, I have a lot of leniency for superhero movies in those because to me they're just action movies. I don't care, People hated like the Star Wars sequels or prequels or whatever, and I thought, yeah, they're not great, but they're still fun to watch. But this one was particularly awful to me.
Really?
Well, the beginning of it I thought was
examples.
cool. There's a big There's a big thing in the beginning where she's in the mall. It's all set in the 80s, of course, and she's in this mall, and it was just fun because there's a lot of 80s reference stuff everywhere, and she's fighting in the mall, and it's just a fun thing to watch.
Yeah.
And then it kind of fell apart after that. I don't. Let's see. I could give examples, but I don't want to spoil anything, I guess.
Well, no, I think you're fine. You can spoil it if you want to.
There are
It's
a
been
couple.
out long enough.
a while.
There are a couple action scenes. Actually, you don't see Wonder Woman like become Wonder. There's the very beginning, and then no Wonder Woman till the very end again.
Yeah.
Wow.
She's not
Yeah,
around.
that's true.
And they I don't know. There's one scene where she's all of a sudden she can like lasso clouds and stuff. So physics don't exist anymore in this world at all, which I'm willing to forgive a little bit in superhero movies. But come on, this is like.
Well,
this doesn't.
This
Again,
is 1984, guys.
We briefly
That's
talked
the
about this,
problem.
Mike. She's riding the lightning, Mike.
Yeah.
Okay, well, she's lassoing a cloud while she's doing it.
Well,
I
That
think
doesn't make sense.
I think that they were trying to do like an ode to the original movie or whatever that came out in 1984. This is the small information that I have. And I know that because HBO Max was like advertising. It was like the original Wonder Woman, movie 1984 or whatever. So I was like, oh, okay. So that must be some sort of a thing. But it just came across. It didn't come across like it was doing an ode to anything.
No, although they did show Linda Carter at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
But no, the whole thing. There's one scene where they're in this town and there's kids in the way of these tanks coming through, and she realizes, she has to rescue them in the midst of all this action, which is kind of classic superhero move. But watch that scene and tell me she didn't break 2 kids' necks doing this. Because right after she grabs them, like, and it's really bizarre. It's like the worst effect you've ever seen. It's like, okay, clearly this was done in Photoshop, 1 frame at a time. It was really bad.
Well,
But then immediately after she
in the
loses the grip of
blockbuster-
her lasso, which is on the cloud, and starts and like at 40 miles an hour rolls along the ground with these 2 kids in her arms, and they hop up just fine. I'm like, what the heck is that?
Okay, Mike. In the blockbuster Oscar winning, I think best picture movie, Shoot 'Em Up. Clive Owen, he's saving a newborn baby, I'm talking like a 1-day-old baby, and so Clive Owen is like jumping off of buildings. He's like sliding down staircases with a 1-day-old baby. And
we at the Morning Laugh do not condone that, people.
we don't condone this.
Just
However, we don't complain about it either, and that's.
We're indifferent. We're indifferent to building leaping with newborns.
We realize that the film is what it is, and
I get all that, but this was just so badly done. It just watch that one scene.
how have you left out one of the most important items of this movie?
No, I haven't. I was about to mention that Kristen Wiig is in this, and she was able to display her breadth of character development by playing the exact same character she's always played in everything.
Well, plus, and I have pointed this out a couple of times, the fact that Chris Pine possesses a body of some other man.
Oh yeah,
and then we just have to accept that as a thing.
And there's no remorse for this other guy just disappearing into the ether.
Just dies.
That's no problem.
That's what I was talking about. The thing is, the thing that is, the word has not been mentioned yet. This whole movie is based on a Wish.
Oh yeah,
It's
that's
a
right.
movie about genie wishes.
That's right. I looked at. I was about to send you a message the other day, Brian. I said this is like a mix between Aladdin and I don't know what. Just it's like what the heck.
Well, why? Seriously, the question is, why couldn't they just bring him back to life? It's a comic book thing. You could do whatever the heck you want. Why couldn't they have just had him come back to life instead of possessing a body? That dude's soul goes away forever. We don't know what happened, and now his whole family of this guy is just looking around for this man, but we don't know it. That would be a spin-off movie.
He switched places, and he's the corpse of Steve.
Yeah,
That's awful.
What if that guy what if that guy's like walking around and then his wife sees him talking to Wonder Woman and she's like, "What are you doing talking to that woman?" And he's like, "No, it's me, Chris Pine. I killed your husband. I took his body."
This guy's phone never rang. Nobody ever tried to get a hold of him.
Yeah.
Well, it was 1984.
Yeah.
It's like, hold on a
that's
second.
They didn't have phones.
Hello. Uh-huh.
I didn't mean
This is private.
I didn't mean his cell phone, Brian. Oh well,
Yeah,
what else
that
is going
that
on, Brian?
I think because it was obviously Wonder Woman 84, it was a body switch movie, like vice versa, or except they needed Jed Reinhold in it.
Yeah, I really honestly had not noticed the fact that it is all just based off of a wish. Like, how did they pitch that? They're like, well, wait. So you went into all this cool thing. You got you got Kristen Wiig. You've got all these crazy things. You got somebody taking over a body. But how does it all start? And they're like, easy. Have you ever been to a birthday party and you blow out candles, or right before you blow out candles, you have a wish? That's how we do it. That's it. That's all that's needed.
But
The
and
wish.
in this movie, everybody gets one wish,
Except for Kristen Wiig, she got
a couple
two.
characters for some reason.
Yeah. Randomly, a couple people got a couple wishes.
Well, you know
Anyway.
what? The best wish movie I've ever seen is actually Jim Carrey's Liar Liar. It was just based on a wish.
Great.
It was a fantastic movie.
Yeah.
Love it.
I mean,
I agree.
Jim Carrey has
That's a
a lot
good
of
one.
movies based on wishes. You know, Bruce Almighty, Dumb and Dumber. So
That was the other one
By the way,
I had said. It reminded me of Aladdin and Bruce Almighty mixed together.
That's true.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I can see it.
speaking of Dumb and Dumber, the new Fast and the Furious movie is coming out soon. Which one is
Oh,
it? 9?
I don't know. I think it
I
depends
saw
on
the
how
trailer
you count.
for it. Yeah.
Yeah.
There
What do you
was
think?
there were several movies that were part of the sequels, but I think they've like abandoned, like they've cut those out of the sequels. And like, okay, we don't acknowledge those anymore, and we're moving back over to the
Oh, really?
other. Yeah, because I can't remember which ones they were. I was reading something about it where they
Tokyo
thought
Drift.
yeah.
Oh, let me guess, Mike. It's probably Fast and the Furious 3 Tokyo Drift that they're probably
I don't know.
kicking out because nobody was in it.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Happy Asian Heritage Month, by the way.
You know,
I'll guarantee you, nobody's in it except Vin Diesel at the very last second of the movie going, "You want a race?" And that's it.
Then maybe that's the one. But it was more than one. There was a couple. They just said it didn't follow any of the plot line that they wanted to go with it. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
basically 3 is the equivalent to Halloween 3. You guys remember Halloween 3? No Mike
No.
Myers. It was about an evil factory that built masks that when they played a commercial, it would somehow make decay the face and worms would come out of your face. Has nothing to do with
Okay.
Mike Myers.
I didn't know that.
Oh.
Yeah.
So
Check
the
it out.
masks were the Ark of the Covenant and Indiana Jones.
Pretty much. I didn't know that. Yeah, Mike Myers apparently is in the Indiana Jones universe.
Yeah. Well, okay, so here's the one thing. This is a funny, sad thing, but as a comedian, I think it's funny. So please forgive me if you absolutely hate what I'm about to say. But every time around a new Fast and Furious movie, there's always interview with Vin Diesel. And every time the question comes up about Paul, Vin Diesel always cries. And it's kind of become my new favorite thing is to watch his interviews because I know Vin Diesel, who's a big man, is just gonna cry at any point, and it's pretty awesome. I mean, I feel bad, but it's also pretty cool.
And he's referring to Paul Hogan, everybody. Paul Hogan.
Yeah.
Crocodile Dundee. Yes. So this is what I was going to say. So in the trailer, John Cena's in the movie, right?
Oh.
And they're like, oh, he's doing this and this. And they're like, wait a minute. And then Vin Diesel's character's name is Dom. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then they're like, oh, man, John Cena. Yeah, that's his brother. And I'm like, what? Vin Diesel's brother is John Cena. And John Cena, you know, I'm assuming then this one's Fast and the Furious, Dom and Dahmer. I don't know.
That'd be great.
Listen, John Cena
worth it, Brian. Worth it.
That's true. John Cena has the hardest working agent ever because John Cena has never had a hit movie, and yet he keeps getting put in movies. So,
well, he's the host of Wipeout now on TBS. I mean, most of Wipeout. And he's in the Fast and the Furious franchise.
Yeah. He's in everything, but it's like, why? Nobody goes, oh, wow, John Cena's in this. Nobody's ever said that, ever. Not even his family has said that. But yet the agent is like, you got to put him in this. He's got to be in Wipeout.
You know, it may be that he's working for free just for exposure.
It could be that. It could be.
They told him, it's an internship. You have to do it for like 20 years. Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. You gotta do it for 20 years.
All right, that's cool. Can you spot me?
We'll be back with more Wipeout right after this. What's that? Who needs coffee? I'll be right back.
Speaking of coffee, a celebrity went to IHOP this week and was turned away. Well, he wasn't turned away. He was told it was going to be a 30-minute wait. And so he decided to leave. And it wasn't until afterwards that they realized that Adam Sandler showed up to IHOP. I
have seen this video multiple times. For the life of me, I can't figure out why this is news. He showed up, they had to wait, and he left. And she goes,
he didn't act like a big celebrity. He just accepted
he didn't act like what they assume Adam Sandler would be like. How dare you? He was like, that's not who he is. Like, how dare you make me wait 30 minutes for delicious pancakes?
So the news is that a celebrity acted like a person.
Yeah, that's the news. They did the same thing with Keanu Reeves. They're like, Keanu Reeves gives up his seat for elderly lady. And they're like, it's not, I mean, it's good, fine.
I had a bad experience with that. I was coming back from the rental car place in the little shuttle at the airport. I can't remember where it was. I was in Wyoming, actually. Anyway, it was pretty full, and an elderly woman got on board and was walking, and there was an open seat next to this guy across from me, and she's kind of looking over there, and she's heading to that way, and he immediately like spreads out and like obviously intentionally blocking her from sitting. So not only did he not give up his seat, he kept her from using an available seat.
Wow.
And I thought, what the heck? And then, so I got up. I was the one right next to that. So I got up and let her sit down. And this guy looked at me like he thought I was the biggest jerk in the world. And I just thought, and somebody else made a comment about it.
And that guy turned out to be John Cena.
He did. Yeah.
No, I can't have you sitting next to me, ma'am.
So yeah, it's funny that it's news that that a celebrity will act just like a person. Although sometimes I go to the restaurant and I demand, I am Mike James.
Yeah,
I expect to be seated. Anyway,
Mike James comedy, the morning laugh. No,
from MikeJamesComedy.com.
From Mike James,
we have a seat by the restroom, sir.
I know. Well, you know that is the thing. Celebrities always get this like bad reputation, but honestly, we're just normal people. We are. We're just Adam and I. We're very normal.
I put on my pancakes one leg at a time, just like all of you.
I ran into Chris one time in the public, and he actually said hello to me. So
wow,
you know,
I did.
I agree with you though, Chris. A-Dog and I call Adam A-Dog, but anyway, A-Dog and I, we when we go out, we try not to make a fuss.
Yeah. A-Dog.
Have you ever? We're not going to name drop this morning, but have you ever been hanging out with a big celebrity and then people treat you very different based off of how they like the company you keep, and then you're like, what is wrong with you? What
I noticed that if I'm with somebody that's very well known, I am not noticed at all or talked to.
Yeah,
I would have this thing happen, especially in Los Angeles, when you're like with somebody that's very famous. People think that you're like, oh, he's part of the entourage, and you're like, this. I'm just a regular person who's stuck in here just like everyone else.
Try this: if you're with somebody that's famous or well known, and you're out in public, and you know everybody's noticing, start demanding things of that other person. I told you to get my bags.
Hey, folks that are listening and watching, hey, tell us, have you had a brush with celebrities? I mean, other than the four of us, I know that we're very famous. Tell us your celebrity stories. We want to hear them.
Yeah. And if you are watching this after the fact, which most of you do, just add it to the comments and we'll check it out and maybe talk about it next week.
Yeah, we'll talk about it.
Maybe I'll tell you about the time I met William Shatner. Maybe I won't.
Brian's had a lot of fame because he used to interview celebrities for a living.
Yeah, I met a lot of people. Some I
I
haven't.
met a lot of famous people.
Yeah.
Yep.
Depending on what your definition of fame is, sure I have.
Well, no, I mean, like,
haven't we?
Tommy Chong, I think, is famous. Nobody could deny Tommy Chong is a famous person.
That's true. He's famous.
Very famous.
Like I said, William Shatner.
Yeah, William Shatner, very famous.
That's a 3-second conversation. He literally said to me, "Nice to meet you," and then he walked away. You shook my hand.
Man.
So
let's get to some of these things here that we got. We have some national days are happening today. Let's talk about some. Yeah. We had Cinco de Mayo. We had the May 4th. I'm excited about this one. The World Password Day. Is this where do we give each other our passwords or
you share your password today? Mm-hmm. Actually, just put your password in our comments. And
we'll also need the account name.
Yeah.
The user ID.
Make sure you add the account name. Last 4 digits of your social would just help us.
Yeah,
but
it'd be nice.
It'd be nice. And then of course it's National Day of Prayer. I feel like that should have been like a segment.
Why did Fozzie Bear come out for national?
Waka waka!
Dear Lord, waka waka.
What did you pray today? Waka waka!
My favorite Fozzie Bear joke of all time was in the 2011 Muppets movie. And nobody, I don't know, I watched it in the theaters and nobody else thought it was as funny as I did. They went to see Miss Piggy, and then someone said you have to wait till September, and then someone's like, well, that's 3 months away, and then Fozzie's like, well, why? That's nothing. One time I had to wait a whole year for September, and I thought that was the funniest line in the world. And nothing. I was like, you people don't know comedy.
Would you?
You know what?
Would you put Fozzie up there with one of your all-time favorite comedians, Josh?
I would. I would put him up there.
I was just gonna agree with that. I have always had this stance on Fozzie Bear that he is one of the best stand-up comedians ever. Not because he's good, but because the dude never gives up, ever.
Okay, so with that being said, Chris and Mike will chime in, I'm sure, on this one. Fozzie Bear, open micer?
Yeah,
I don't know. I think he is good. He's no Ralph Mouth, but he's good.
True.
I think we all know a guy like Fozzie Bear.
Yeah,
that, just gets up in the same open mic, or somehow he's at your show, and you're just like, oh, okay.
You said that, and like 4 people flooded to my head.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, isn't it funny? Yeah,
everyone has Fozzie Bear.
All 4 of us in our we're all going like this. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nodding,
And,
yeah.
and then you're like, oh yeah, after 20 years of doing comedy, you are good enough to MC a casino. Like that's
This is no segue at all, but it is. So Mike and I are along with Rhonda Corey, who's in town. We're doing the open mic tonight at Stir Crazy. I can't open mic anymore. Still is just like, I mean, we're doing it because Rhonda's in town, so it's going to be fun.
This. It has
I have
gotten
no
worse
idea
over the years. Open mics have gotten worse. I remember years ago going to open mics and thinking, okay, this is pretty good. That guy's good. Not everybody's great. Some, that guy that didn't do well or whatever. But now it's all just the same garbage, and it's just awful. And people just think, oh, this is my chance to go up there and just be as crude as possible.
I'm amazed how much the crudeness can get recycled in such a new way sometimes too. You're like, what?
Yeah. It's amazing how it can get recycled in such a not new way too.
Yeah.
Well, like you watch 3 comics in a row go up there and tell basically the same gross joke. It's like,
well, if you want to hear those gross jokes, everyone, reach out to Mike James. He will personally call you and tell you those jokes over the phone. But he'll do it. He'll do it as whatever character you want. You want him to do it as John Cena. He can do it as Fozzie Bear. He can do it.
This is what I hope for tonight. I hope Mike goes up at the open mic and just rants on Wonder Woman 84 for 5 minutes straight.
I was totally thinking
that would make me so happy.
I'll do that.
Do you at that open mic? Is it mainly just comics in the audience, or
no?
Oh, cool!
Believe it or not,
pretty cool audience. Yeah,
that is good.
Yeah,
that's good. It's a lot better. Anytime I would do open mics in New York City, it was just comics. It was 20 comics. It's terrible.
That's normal. That's a normal thing.
I mean, this is at a comedy club. It's not like a bar show open mic. It's a comedy show. And by the way, as much as we disparage it, if you're in the area, certainly should come out and check out the open mic. I'm not saying you shouldn't go.
If you're in the area, we need to sell tickets. Forget what we just said. It's fantastic.
I don't want to not support the club. They do a good job doing it. It's just the nature of how open mics are these days.
Yeah, I don't want to sit here and promote us at an open mic, but we just did. That's great. But we also have legit shows coming up as we wrap up the show right now. We've got Mike and I will be at Prescott Valley Days in Prescott, Arizona on Saturday night at 7:30. We will be headlining the show there. And then, of course, we will all be at Stir Crazy on Mother's Day for the Mother's Day show, which is selling very nicely, by the way. A lot of people are coming to that show. That's an improv show. And Rhonda Corey.
Tickets now.
Rhonda Corey.
Yeah, get tickets. I think is it sold out?
Not yet. Quite yet. But go to stircrazycomedyclub.com, stircrazycomedyclub.com, and get your tickets for that. You can also, I don't think you can buy your Father's Day tickets yet, but they might be on there too.
Yeah.
For the Father's Day
tickets,
you're going to log in. You're going to log into stircrazycomedy.com/John Cena. Okay, continue.
And use password.
Yeah.
Josh or Chris, you guys have anything else coming up outside of those?
No, those are the next things coming up for me. So yeah, we'll see you guys there. I hope something comes out.
I know we don't have any time left, but I just wanted to make sure I said happy National Crepe Suzette Day to everybody.
Yeah, thank you.
Oh,
thank you.
And a crepe Suzette to you, sir.
Oh, that's right. It's the 6th already.
Yeah, wait, is it already Crepe Suzette Day?
The years just fly by now.
Now I have to look up what a crepe
is right around the corner.
Yeah, so make sure everybody go out and get your crepes and pray. Get yourself a beverage. It's National Beverage Day. I don't know if we covered that one. Did we cover them all? National Day of Prayer, Crepe Suzette,
National Day of Reason.
Yeah,
we don't know. That one's been canceled. So
that one's always confusing to me.
Yeah. Well, what's the reason?
Good point.
What is the reason?
Yeah.
Waka waka.
I got changed to the National Day of Raisin.
The National Day of Raisin.
Yeah. Oh,
which, by the way, real quick, you said raisin. It just made me think of this real quick, though. Domino's, the new ad now, the Noid is back. If you're not familiar with the Noid.
It's because of this show.
Yes,
because of this show.
Avoid the Noid, and it's back. So, so as we wrap up today, go to a show, support all the guys here, Mike James, Josh Novey, Chris Wineland, myself, Brian Kohatsu. Support us online however you need to. If you haven't liked our stuff, go and like our stuff, find us.
Subscribe and like and share. Share this. Please share this.
And I know we have
the
just
noise.
a second left. We have just a second left, so I just want to make sure that we get this out before we leave, guys. Just want to go ahead and just let everybody know that Meryl Streep is not here. She is not here.
You wanted to be.
So,
we've ran out of time, but we had
we had a huge guest plan. No, we just ran out of time. I'm so sorry, everybody. It was going to be.
She is in the parking lot. All right, guys. Until we see you guys again. Have a great day, everybody. Have a great day, guys, and good morning. We'll see you guys next week.